And more about your growth here. I mean, you kind of carved out. I mean, you got a, you know, one of the longest running podcasts in the game right now, Jenkins and Jones. Like you guys have, but you yourself you've also carved your lane as kind of like you're a cultural commenter, a sports commenter of color. Like, how do you feel kind of, and I know you don't like to talk about it that much. We're going to talk about your accomplishments a little bit. Like, how does it feel to kind of have that place in the game right now?
I don't even see it like that because I see all the shit I need to get done, and I'm certain y'all think the same way. It's like,
right, yeah,
you know, I'm looking at like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a slow grind. Like I was doing shit for free for 7 years before I moved out here.
Right.
You feel me? Like just trying to figure it out, hustling on some hard time shit, like, or whatever. So I don't really see it like that, but I'll there's moments where I'll be like, wow, where like, for instance, somebody hit us up and asked us to like, you know, send a shout out to their homie who to was a fiance. Her fiance fucks with the podcast, and he dealt with like some drinking issues, and now he's got his master's and working and gonna help people that had issues he had. And so she asked us a shout out to him and congratulations, and she was like, you know, I know this is a long shot. I'm like, no, this ain't a long shot. What you want us to do? We regular as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So we sent the congratulations to him. And she showed us the reaction video, and he jumped out his fucking seat.
Damn, that's huge. Like, that's the thing.
Oh my God, how'd you do that? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, and that tripped me out. And so like, I'm like, what the fuck? And then I was reading Toni Morrison's Jazz, good book, tap in. And I was like, she said some shit like, and I'm probably butchering this, but she was saying, laughter is important and complicated. Sometimes more complicated than sometimes more important and complicated than tears. And I realized what we've done over the years is I've always found it funny. My mom, I used to get in trouble because I'd be laughing. My mom was yelling at me. I found it funny in every fucking thing. And my mom be like, you think everything's so goddamn funny? It was to me. And she was right. It came off disrespectful. But to me, shit was funny because she was, anyway. So like, it used to get me in trouble, but I've always found it funny and shit. And so us finding it funny has helped people find funny when it's in times where they couldn't find funny.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so like, when I see how it's like, it's important to help. Laughter is important, especially during hard times. And if we're giving you that, you know what I'm saying? That can, and so I think, I don't think like I'm a big deal in the sense that I'm that nigga. I think it's cool that I'm helping people laugh.
Right.
And so, and I always wonder, like, I'm not out here, you know, solving like climate change and shit, or like solving like, you know what I'm saying, gun laws and helping to, you know, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But like, which are very important. But like, I'm helping people laugh when they're struggling to find laughter. And that actually made me tear up when I read that shit. Cause I'm like, okay, I found these people that hit us up and do this shit. They inspire me. I am extremely humbled by this shit. You feel me? So how do I feel? I feel grateful and thankful. You know what I'm saying? That I can be something to somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's the same way over here. It's like, I tell Josh all the time, Josh P's content creator, that's his new name. But like, I tell him all the time, like, you never know who's listening, and you never know the impact of this. Like, someone could be listening to this right now and being like, yo, like, this helped me through my imposter syndrome, or this helped me, you know, figure out how to maneuver in a white space. And it's just like, do you feel that way too, Josh? Or just like, damn, were you like taking it back?
No, absolutely. It's like, just the other day, I was randomly at this like bar or some shit. And someone came up to me and was like, yo, like Josh P's. Like, I'm like, oh, yo, it's good. It's like, yo, like I fuck with the shit you create.
That's crazy.
And like, I'm like, what you talking about? He like the podcast and everything you do. I'm like, damn, like you listen, like as like meeting listeners, even at your wedding.
Yeah.
Your fiance or your wife's whole family was like, yo, we listen to the podcast. I'm like, huh? Y'all listen to the podcast?
They were you know, one of my wife's family members was like, it needs to be on Android. We can't get
Amazon. I'm sure that's an update coming soon, but the Android, the listeners are ready. Let's get it going. But yeah, it's just dope to meet people who actually resonate and connect with what you're creating and talking about. And when you see that reaction like you had, it's like, damn, like I don't feel like a celebrity at all. I'm a regular nigga. Like, so it's crazy when people kind of hold you to that regard. But you know, the impact is
I'm gonna keep it a stack right quick. Y'all, you ain't no regular nigga. I've been a fan of yours since I was in St. Louis.
Nah,
you
bro.
Feel me? Like,
see, that's how I feel.
It's not, but it's dope. Ain't shit funny, nigga. I've been, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been peeping for a minute, and I've been watching your shit, you know what I'm saying? And like tapping in and kind of like, you helped to inspire me when shit was ugly. You know what I'm saying? So like, I appreciate you, and I'm glad to be on this forum to tell you in front of the niggas that fuck with you. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, hey, you a real one. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know what I'm saying? just for a minute, you know what I'm saying? But like, hey, bro, I want to let you know, you know what I mean? Like, hey, yeah, you a regular nigga, but you ain't. You feel me?
Hey,
so,
man, I appreciate it, bro. Like,
kudos, my nigga.
This is what I do it for, and that's why, like, that's why we started this show. It's like, man, I want to connect with people who are out here doing their thing, but I also want to hear about like who's inspired them along the way, and like things that like. It's people that inspire me that's behind the scenes that they will never get their flowers. Like one of the people, I swear I tell people this all the time. I love that hip hop follows me on Instagram. And like he be hitting me up sometimes, like commenting on music I post and shoes I post. I'm like, damn, this is hip hop, nigga. Like you shaped my childhood as an A&R. Right. And niggas don't even know you can walk down the street and he's a regular nigga. Yeah. But it geeks me out at least. So
hey, and that really kind of leads us into like this idea that's like, because really like one thing you mentioned is my wedding. Like basically all of my close friends and you too, John, like we all met through social media. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
And we're now influencers in that space. And especially to what you do, to your point, John, like how do you feel like, you've used social media your whole kind of career here. How do you feel about like analysts now being more like influencers now? What do you mean? Analysts being more influencers? Like a lot of the people who kind of like shape what's going on or shape narratives, whether it be music, whether it be NBA, whether it be NFL. There's people that come from primarily social media background. I mean, I think it's dope, bro, because like a lot of us, bro, like I'm on social just talking about the things that interest me. You feel me? I'm never on there trying to like speak out of turn or talking about the shit I don't give a fuck just to try to get likes. I've never moved like that. I've always been a slow burn because I just don't tap into everything. I tap into shit I give a fuck about. If I open my mouth about it, I gave a fuck about it. I just ain't got the energy to talk about the shit I don't care about. So I think like, for me, like getting to this point, it's been like, I was always interested in these things. These are the conversations I have offline. You know what I'm saying? These are conversations I was having for free. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm just doing, the things that I did for free for money now. And it comes from a real interest and the things people always say, like, they'll be like, when at these companies they'll ask like, hey, how do you do this? How did you do that? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or like, can you teach me to do this? Nigga, you want to go back to fucking 96? And you know what I'm saying? Listen to like Lucchini in my motherfucking, in my basement, you know what I'm saying? Like Camp Low and shit. Like, do you want, you know what I'm saying? The things you watch the cartoons are interested in the same, like how I became speaking to this space and can speak from a place of knowledge is I was just, the shit that I'm talking about raised me. Mm-hmm, and so I think that's dope. They're like, it's not just motherfuckers that went to school and are paid to be on television talking about shit that they never gave a fuck about, but they're good at reading, you know what I'm saying, like teleprompters or delivering messages. It's motherfuckers that grew up in these spaces, in these cultures. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was circling the motherfucking shoes at eBay, not getting shit, asking all my homies about what the fuck I was gonna get. You know what I'm saying? But because of that, I know, like, what sneakers are what. You know what I'm saying? I was always into that culture and how shit moved and like, you know what I'm saying? With, the jerseys and the hoopers. And I'm not always tapped into this type of shit. This is what I'm speaking from. So I'm coming from a place of knowledge. And I think that's dope. That'll be a lot of these people are like, we're just fucking nerds. You know what I'm saying? Like, people might be like, you cool. No, I'm a fucking nerd, nigga. I'm a geek. I geeked out about this fucking shit I care about sneakers in a way no human should care about these things. You know what I mean? I care about, basketball in a way that I'm like on Basketball Reference looking up fucking numbers and stats and all this shit because I'm a fucking geek. And that got me here. And I can speak to it in a way that, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of people can't because they weren't raised by the culture in a way that I was. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, one thing I'm into right now, and I think all black people get into, is that like we want to be what niggas are. We want to be what niggas are. If there's no niggas there, we're not gonna be there. I started getting into F1. I started getting into F1 a couple of months ago.
Fire. Was it Netflix did that to you?
Yeah, Netflix did it, but also Lewis Hamilton did it too. So I was like, all right, it's a nigga winning. Right. He ain't winning this season right now, but
somebody to go.
He is the GOAT.
He's still the GOAT.
He's still the GOAT.
He got the Wizards jersey on.
I'm about to
go to the track. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, MC, boo him, please, because you ain't talking about Lewis Hamilton like that, man. Boo him, please. But no,
car's trash this year, bro. Mercedes did him bad. They gave him a bad car. The whip is boo-boo, dog.
Yeah.
So it's not just Lewis. They gave him a bad whip.
And they're trying to say, hey, P5 is good. Like, no, it's not, nigga. What the fuck? But anyway,
The fuck, I'm Lewis Hamilton. P5 has never been good. You
never. I'm going on a tangent here. That you're gonna get me hot.
Yeah,
but
sorry.
We always want to be what niggas are. What made you want to be? All right, it's only one nigga in golf. I'm gonna be nigga number 2 in golf. What made you want to do that?
Yeah, I always want to be what niggas are too. You know what I'm saying? So like, I wasn't initially. You know, my grandmother bought me these clubs. My grandmother's been in the golf since I was young. You feel me? Like that was her thing. She was always playing with black people, but I never saw people my age that were black playing golf. You feel me? So she gave me these, like, I got 2 lessons as a kid, and I was like, yeah, right. Ain't no chicks out here, bro, and ain't no niggas out here. You feel me? So like, I'm cool on this. And then she bought me these clubs when I graduated. My mom was like, let me see what your hustle like. My grandma was like, they're these golf clubs. And I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? Put them in the closet, didn't touch them shits until the pandy. So my homie, Brad, who's black, hit me up like, yo, I'm getting back in the golf. He played in college and he played a little bit in high school. He's like, yo, come, you know, you want to come out here at these balls? I'm like, this is the only thing we could do that was safe at that moment. This is before the vaccine. This is early. I'm taking depression naps at like 11 a.m. like after waking up at 9 just because I don't want to deal with my reality. I'm like, so it pushed me to the brink of like insanity for me to play the game.
Right.
Came out there, hit the ball good a couple times. I said, I guess I'll do it again. I'm gonna get out, you know, fresh air, talk to the homie, you know what I'm saying? Did it again. And I found me a little home, like, bro, like, you know, for the most part, I play with us. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a bunch of us. You know what I'm saying? It was a group of us 4 that, you know what I'm saying? We go out there, we was with us, you know what I mean? So that helped me to keep going. But I mean, I found something that I could work at. I played basketball, like little in college and in high school. And they're like the word, I can't think of the word, but it's like the idiosyncrasies of like being a shooter.
Right.
Like where you're like, worry about which finger the ball comes off of, keeping your elbow in, like the little specifics like that. Golf is very similar. So I fell in love with that grind on the golf course. But then being with the homies, you know, I'm doing the same thing. We be doing inside, but we outside getting vitamin D. I be high, I be drinking, you know what I'm saying? But we just shooting the shit, playing golf, you know. And so that's my experience. It ain't what you see. I don't experience that whispering ass shit you see on Golf Channel, bro. You know what I'm saying? We be out there kicking it, you know what I'm saying? So I love it, bro. I love it. And I've got some great opportunities from it, you know, because there's not many of us out there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's the space is changing. We saw Schoolboy Q. I don't know if y'all hit the Roger Steele. He a West Side Chicago nigga.
That's all
out there on these games. You feel me? So, like, bro, it's a lot of dudes, and it's not them. It's a lot of real ones out there playing. So tap in, bro. And the golf money is long.
Yeah,
looking for a bag as a creator, they need your brain. Like you said, like realizing they ain't got the sauce now too. Go ahead and sell that sauce to them for the high. You know what I mean? Because they got it. You know what I mean?
You're seeing a little bit of more culture in golf. I know, like Malbin Golf, that's like a little brand that's been popping up, and they trying to do some cool streetwear type clothing. And it's funny. I think even with just the popularity of Top Golf, you're seeing niggas get introduced to that culture and just what it is, and just like, you know, Top Golf is just open in California, I think, or in Los Angeles at least, is what's in like the South Bay somewhere.
It's in the South Bay.
Yeah. But the one in Vegas and Arizona, it'd be niggas in there. It'd be lit too. Atlanta too. Yep. So,
bro, they got valet, and you got a wait line. You got a wait line, G. You know,
like it's the club.
This is like, right? It's the club, bro. You know, Atlanta gonna make it the club.
Of course,
they gonna make it the club. You saw 21 Savage out there hitting the ball and talking shit like, yo. Feel me? Like, so it's changing. It's more accessibility now. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I think it's daunting a lot because it's like, bro, with me at least, I don't know if anybody else feels this way. I'm like, bro, how the fuck do you curve your waist and your shoulder and all this shit? The actual technique and form.
In the world.
It's funny. The reasons why he loves it is the reasons why I don't like it. Because like the idiosyncrasies of it, like you gotta like really swing the same way every time. And like I like basketball. I play basketball a little bit. I like football more, but I don't know. Like when you have to do something the same way every time, that kind of like that bores me at least. So yeah, golf is.
I feel you on that. But you can play the same course a trillion times, and it'll feel a trillion different ways. It's different every time you play it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it seems like the same swing, but it's not, bro. It's a lot of focus that goes into that.
You know what it reminds me of more? It reminds me of baseball more. It's like when you swing the bat and just like there's a sport of baseball, like I mean, people don't play baseball, but playing baseball, you get some sunshine. Yeah. You're out there. You're like, it's a little bit of a lazy sport, but it's still athletic. Yeah. Like that's how I kind of like it.
It'd be a bunch of fat niggas playing baseball, yo.
But it'd be a bunch of fat niggas playing golf.
True.
John Daly is big as fuck. He be smoking cigarettes the whole time, bro.
You feel me? That thing be dangling, bro. Drink a beer. You know what I'm saying, and be playing. You know what I mean. But like, I want y'all to pull up with me. I want y'all to pull up with me to the driving range.
Let's go.
Get out. You know what I'm saying.
Do you gotta wear?
My homie pulled up with me, and he had a ball. You know what I'm saying.
We had Modi on the show. We had Modi on the show. He was on one of our first episodes.
Cause y'all smart. Cause Modi's a real one. Y'all know.
Absolutely.